guys, welcome back to my channel, and today this video I'm going to be doing is my Colourpop favorites plus a mini tutorial using all of my favorite Colourpop items and what I recommend and all that good stuff in this video. So if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So this video is going to consist of all Colourpop. This is going to be like my all-time favorite Colourpop items. I've had some of you request for me to do a video on my favorite Colourpop items since I order so much from Colourpop and I do so many videos on Colourpop, so I decided to film this video today. So I have multiple things from the same category obviously, but I'm going to try to recreate a look with the Colourpop, with my favorite Colourpop items. I want to do like a whole week of Colourpop or something like that to kind of showcase the different items that I'm showing and showcase my favorites. You guys already know I'm a big Colourpop fan and fanatic, if you want to say. So I have a whole like box of my favorite Colourpop items that I'd love to show you guys in this video. I'm also going to be using some like categories that Colourpop has yet to come out with, but this is just like my all-time favorite Colourpop items and the stuff that I recommend the most, that I love and I pick every day. So without further ado, let's get on to this tutorial. So first I'm just going to prime my eyelids. I love priming my eyelids with this. I wasn't really a big fan of the Colourpop concealers. I found them kind of, I did get like multiple shades in them, but I did find they oxidized darker once I put it onto my face, so I didn't like how that looked really. I've tried them like a couple of times, but they weren't my favorite just because when I put them on and then I leave it on for my face a little bit, it will kind of oxidize to a darker color than what it was initially, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's just me, if I got a bad batch, but those weren't my favorite. I did like how it blended out very easily though, but they're not my favorites from Colourpop. So yeah, and this is the MAC Prep and Prime. No surprise there. And before I move on to continue to prime my eyelids, I do have my brows done already, like I do in every single one of my videos. This is Benefit Ka-Brow Goof Proof, and that's all I have on it for now. I used to use the Colourpop brow collection that they came out with, but then I found that I liked my Benefit better. I used to use Benefit eyebrow products when I first did makeup, and then obviously I kind of branched out, tried different things, but they really like did their whole brow collection, so I've just been loving Benefit products lately. But if you are starting to do your eyebrows, I would highly recommend the Colourpop brow gel and then their precise, I forget what it's called, but their brow pencil. My mom actually uses the Colourpop very thin brow pencils, and she loves it. So, and they're very affordable, so if you're just starting out to do your brows or if you want to add those to your kits, that's an amazing collection to add to your kit or to your collection. They perform very well, they stay on all the time, but it's just, my heart belongs to Benefit. And then I'm going to apply some foundation on top. Colourpop has yet to come out with foundation obviously, so I can't be using anything Colourpop from there. This is just my favorite at the moment, the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in Vienna. I'm going to be taking my Morphe MB10 to apply this onto my lids. And using my beauty blender, I'm just going to blend it out. I'll set my eyelids, and I will use one of the Colourpop single shadows. This is just my, I believe this is the 12 pan, or this is the Colourpop like 12 pan palette. I'm going to be taking this matte skin tone shade. This color is in full zip. This color right here is in full zip, so I'm just going to take my Luxie 233 large fluff brush and I'm just going to set the primer and my foundation. I usually would use my Laura Mercier powder, but before I started using my Laura Mercier powder, I did use just like a skin tone shadow, and I'll just set my brows a little bit. And I love the Colourpop single shadows, they're just amazing. So as you can see, I like hit pan on this specific color, and this is called Cute Alert, one of my favorite dark deep purples from Colourpop. And then I love these two shades right here. Let me check the names. I know one of them is called Millie. Okay, so this shade right here is called Millie, and this, ooh, This shade right here is called Millie, which was a free gift with purchase basically when Colourpop hit 1 million on their Facebook, and this is High Strung, which is a very metallic rose goldy pink color. I love it. If I don't know what to use on my lids, I'll just gravitate to this High Strung color. It's beautiful. I do have multiple palettes from Colourpop. I chose 5 that are my favorite, and obviously the 2, I also have a big palette with Colourpop shadows. So these are the 5, and I have videos on all 5 of these if you guys are interested. They're actually my most popular videos. My most popular videos are my Colourpop palettes that I do videos on because everybody just wants to know how Colourpop performs, and those videos just do really well on my channel. So I have the Yes Please palette, which is, I believe, one of their very first 12-pan palettes that they came out with, and this is my favorite. Like, these are all just pretty neutrals, and they remind me of the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, and that was a really big dupe when it first came out. So if you want the Natasha Denona palette and you don't want to splurge so much, this is a great dupe for it, and it performs amazing. So go watch my video. I made like 2 videos with this, I believe. And then my favorite one, I love anything like mauves, blushes, pinks, that I just feel like that compliments me the most, is my Femme Rosa palette from the Carucci collection. This is the She palette actually. And then I've done multiple videos on this palette as well. My favorite look I've done was the Halo Eye, and that performed really well on my channel as well. So this is how it looks like. They've done multiple collections with Carucci, and every single collection is just amazing, but I believe this is the very first eyeshadow palette that they had come out with Carucci. So this is so pretty. I love it. These are very like easy, neutral, everyday colors as well. So, and the next one would be my Give It To Me Straight palette, which is their recently launched palette. This palette is amazing, and I did a matte half cut crease with this palette. This palette is just so up my alley. If you want something like more muted and not as like out there, because I feel like the Carucci palette is a little bit more brighter, and these are more deeper in shade. So if you want deeper colors, more dramatic, I definitely go with this. But you can still make this very wearable if you use a light hand. All these palettes perform the same. They perform very beautifully, blend very beautifully, and are very buttery. And this is my favorite as of right now. It's the newest launched palette, like I said. This is the Dream Street palette. This is from the Kathleen Lights collection. I believe this is also the very first pressed powder shadow that they came out with Kathleen, because they did come out with Super Shock shadows with Kathleen as well. But this is beautiful. I love this shade right here, and I believe it's called Shooting Star. This is a very beautiful palette. There's pops of color which you can use, and then there's very neutral shades, and this is a very versatile palette, I feel like, because you have those like 4 pops of shadows, very good amount of mattes, and then shimmers, and you just can create multiple looks. Very good for travel. And then the last one is for my neutral glam girls, and this is the double Entrande palette. So beautiful. So if you need a palette that it's a go-to palette for work, for anything, if you're not allowed to wear like a lot of makeup, or you don't want to wear a lot of makeup, this palette is literally your go-to palette, because it's so neutral, so pretty. Like I said, all of these palettes perform very beautifully, and they're like the same formula. I don't feel like anything is lacking or missing in any of the palettes. They are the same formula to me. And they perform the same in every single one of the videos I've done. So this is amazing, and I've used this as a highlight before, and it's amazing. So I'd highly recommend. Like, this is another on-the-go palette. These are very beautiful. The only thing that's missing, I feel like, that these palettes do not have a mirror in them, which kind of sucks if you're bringing them on the go, traveling. It's nice to have a mirror with the palettes. And there's actually another palette. There's one more palette that I want to talk about, but this was a limited edition. This is the Sonia Eastman X Colourpop Gemini by Night palette, and I only want to talk about one of the shades, and it is going to be this shimmery shade right here. I believe this is Moscow Nights. Yeah, Moscow Sunrise. This shade is Moscow Sunrise, and this is one of my favorite shimmery lid shades that Colourpop has come out with. It's so pretty, and I feel like it's so different. You can wear it by itself and then blend out the edges and call it a day, or you can smoke it up with different shades, purples, mauves, and it'll just bring this color out very beautifully. This palette itself is very beautiful, but I gravitate towards this Moscow Sunrise palette so much because it's so beautiful. And then obviously, if you guys have watched multiple of my videos, you've seen me pull out this big Makeup Forever palette, and these hold my Colourpop shadows, and these are more of my pinky purples. I do have another palette which is more neutral browns and then my colorful colors, but this is like, I love it. I just love it. It's so pretty and it makes me so happy looking at it. I love Colourpop single shadows. It's amazing. They're affordable. They perform just the same as their palettes, and I highly, highly recommend. So I'm gonna see what I want to do with this palette or with these shadows today, and then we'll get started. So I still don't know exactly what kind of look I want to do, but I guess we'll just wing it. First, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and then mix it a little bit with this shade. So the peachy shade is Running Late, and then this mauvey pink color is The News, and they're both matte colors. I'm just going to take my Morphe M502 and pop this into my crease. And I just like mixing those two colors together. I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to start doing windshield wiper motions. I'm going to take my Morphe R38, and I'm going to be taking this mauvey shade that's kind of more pinky than the News that I just used. I think this is what it's called. I'm going to use this one right here called Soft Core, and I'm going to pop this in the outer corner. Then we're going to deepen this up even more. I'm going to be taking the Morphe R39, and I'm going to take from my Makeup Forever palette, but these are all like single shadows from Colourpop. This is Pretty Cruel, and this is a purpley color, like a grayish cool tone purpley color with gold shimmers on it, but I think you can see it in the camera. So we're going to use that. I'm going to lay it over Soft Core. And the gold shimmers will translate just a little bit, which is fine. I'm going to move on to my lid shade, and the lid shade I'm going to be using is called Come and Get It, and this has a mixture of purpley gold colors, really, like, it's like duochrome. It's so pretty, and it's going to look so pretty with this eyes, like it's going to bring out the purple, and yeah, this is also a metallic color, I believe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Colourpop flat shader brush, and the Colourpop brushes are really good as well. These are really good to use with their Super Shock collection, because for their Super Shock collections you are recommended to either use your fingers or a synthetic brush to like get the powders or product on it. So yeah, yeah, let's apply it. I'm gonna grab some color. That is so pretty. That really brought out like the purples. Do it to the other eye. Okay, now I'm going to take my Morphe R39. I'm just going to blend out the edges. Wow. This is a really like pretty soft look, and I usually don't do a lot of these. I also like to take this Colourpop, it's kind of like a blending brush. I think I just kind of went cross-eyed there. I just like it because it's kind of like a flat shader brush, kind of looks like a 217, and I use this to blend out my lid shades. It'll just make it more seamless because it's blended out, and this goes right into my inner corner area and everything. Look how pretty that is. I think for the eyes, that's it, just because I usually don't do anything natural and like, not natural, but like, you know, soft and flirty and girly. So I decided to actually do the rest of my face makeup off camera just because I wasn't using anything Colourpop, and I kind of want this whole video just to be Colourpop focused. Dust this off. This was just my Laura Mercier like translucent powder. And then now I'm going to apply some eyeliner on my lower lashes. lower waterline, I'm going to be taking my Dose of Colors fine liner brush, using my Colourpop Creme Gel liner, or Creme Gel color in Besto, which is like a very pretty deep matte purple color. Love, love, love using this. I've had this for actually a while, and it's still very creamy. Camera, but I might fail. It's really hard doing this on camera. Applied it on my lower lashes, and I just like how it brings out my eyes. So now I'm going to just smudge a color down below. Let's see. I'm just going to go back in with that mauve color that I used, mauve purple color, I forget what it's called. Pretty Cruel pencil brush, not a pencil brush, this flat eyeliner brush, the Morphe M432, and I'm going to pop that down there. I'm going to use this pink right here, this mauve pink, and this was Soft Core, and I'm going to take a little bit on my Dose of Colors shader brush. I'm going to use that to add a little bit of the pink underneath. Pretty cool. Also just to blend it out. Ooh, that's pretty. It's gorgeous. Okay, so I did apply some bronzer already, and now I'm just going to apply some blush. And I've actually been really loving the Colourpop pressed powder blushes. I believe I have all of them. I'm not quite sure, but oh my gosh, there's something in my eye. These are also the Colourpop It Was All a Dream palette. I do have this as well for my eyeshadows. This is the blushes I have from Colourpop. I love to use Tulip to Quit, which is this one right here. It's such a pretty like matte pinky brown color. But currently, I've been loving this shade right here, which is called Currently, and it's so pretty. I wore it multiple times within the week, and I've got a lot of compliments, and my friends and my coworkers have asked what I was using on my cheeks, and it was this Colourpop blush. It's all of the blushes are matte, I believe. This is Currently. It looks so deep and brown and intimidating, but if you just dab a little bit, tap off the excess, and then apply it on your cheeks. It's so pretty. So I'm going to show you how I use it. I mean, it's just blush. It's very like self-explanatory. But this is the Morphe M403. It's just like a loose powder brush. I tap a little bit, and I literally dust off, like tap off any excess, and then I'll apply it. Look how pretty that is. And guys, I like tapped off a lot of the blush as well, but still look at how much payoff I get. You see how pretty this is? It just gives me a really pretty flush of color, and it looks intimidating and it looks dark and deep in color, but look. It's so pretty. Also do have a couple of their Super Shocks, but I wanted to show you guys these ones. These are their blush and highlighter duos. I don't know the specific name of these, but I do have videos on them as well, obviously. And I have this one, which is from the Sonia Eastman collection. These are actually the Super Shock formulas. This is a highlighter and then a blush, which is so pretty. And it's just amazing because you're supposed to keep the Super Shock formulas in an enclosed area. Like, it has to be kept tight so it's still moussey and bouncy, but these still perform really well, and it's very light, which I love. Good for every day. And it still performs really good, nice, and it's still bouncy. And this one is part of their Sand collection. This I've seen multiple people use as blush and bronzer, but I prefer to use this as a blush. And then the highlighter, which is very good. And I have the peach one that they have, and obviously a peachier bronzer, a peachier highlighter, and then a peachy blush, which is so pretty. I've had videos on almost all of the Colourpop collections that I've purchased, just because obviously you guys know I'm a crazy Colourpop fan. And I'm going to go in with the Super Shock blushes that I've had and used, so let me pick those out. Colourpop Super Shock blushes that I love and I gear towards all the time, so let me just go and show you. This is called Drop of a Hat, and if you guys watch Sharon and Jordan, I watch Sharon a lot, on her Instagram, and she loves Drop of a Hat, which is like a really pretty color. You can use this like all over your face. It just gives you a very pretty glow and luminescent like flush to your face. Oh, there's like a hair stuck to my eye. This is super pretty. It has like, it's a very reddish brown peachy color with a golden, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like a golden sheen and it makes you look so pretty. You don't even have to put highlight and it just makes you look so glowy, naturally pretty, naturally flushed. And this is called Drop of a Hat. And I wear these all the time and over powder everything. They look amazing. And then I have Between the Sheets, and these are the Between the Sheets, Aphrodisiac, Cruel Intentions, and Birthday Suit were the first couple ones that they came out with, I believe, and I used to use these all the time, and I mean, I still do for, like, I like to use it for more, like, muted looks if I'm, not muted, if I go with a really dramatic eye and I don't want anything, like, too out there and stand out-ish on my cheeks, I'll use these kind of muted colors. They're matte, they're wearable, they'll go with any look, so let me show you. Aphrodisiac, which is, they're creamy but they're matte, but they still have like a little sheen, as you can see. I don't even know, I've had these like since I started shopping with Colourpop when they first came out, and these are just so pretty. Like, it's very light but it goes on really nicely. I usually use, you can use a Colourpop blush like this. I don't even know what this is called, but it's just like a fluffy brush and you just apply it. But I like to use, where is it? One of these like Morphe brushes from the Elite collection. This angled brush goes really nicely on with the Colourpop Super Shock items. I have Birthday Suit, which is like a bluish pink with a little bit of sheen, which is so pretty. And then I have right here Between the Sheets and Cruel Intentions are like my favorites. That when I first purchased the Colourpop Super Shock shadows, they're amazing. Like, look at this, how pretty these two are. So pretty. And then I used to like not wear a lot of like eye makeup, so I would just use these, and it's so pretty. It makes your cheeks stand out really more, like you have fuller looking cheeks. It's just so pretty. And if you're one to not wear a lot of makeup, the Colourpop Super Shock cheeks are amazing because you can build them up and you can apply a sheer layer. It's whatever you'd like to use. These are just amazing. And I also have this one, which is Prenup, which I've been loving lately as well. It's so pretty. This is more of a brighter bluish pink, but it's not too dramatic. Like I said, you can always build them up if you like to, but I like using maybe like 2 layers of these Super Shock blushes, and they just go on very well, and they stay on all day long. And because they're like a bouncy, more moussey formula, they don't look too powdery, and they don't look powdery at all. They just go on really amazing. Then I have Bardot, which this one I use mostly on my kind of like more natural looking makeup days. What I mean by more natural is when I just wear my eyelashes, but like basically a full face of makeup. When I don't wear eye makeup, don't mind my lips. I have no lips right now. But Bardot is very deep. It's kind of like Drop of a Hat, but a deeper version, a more ready bronze with a lot of shimmer and sheen. I like this for when I don't wear makeup because it just brings out my cheeks even more. Not when I don't. When I wear less makeup than I usually do, this will bring out my cheeks even more. I loved wearing it during the winter. It just looked very beautiful. And then this has to be like one of my favorite Colourpop Super Shock shadows, or Super Shock blush. This is from the K-pop collection with Karrueche, and I believe they still have it. And this is called Flushed. This would look so beautiful on deep skin tones. Like, Karrueche is like very tan and she has a deeper skin tone obviously than me, and it looks so beautiful on her. So if you have a deeper skin tone, I'd highly recommend Flushed, and this just makes you look flushed. Like, if you are tan, deeper in skin tone, it literally is so beautiful and looks so amazing. But I love it for my light skin as well. This is so pretty, and it just looks like you were in the sun all day, you're kind of a little sunburnt, you have a little bit of sheen. Beautiful. I believe these are $7, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I haven't bought a lot of the Super Shocks because I have a lot. So I love them, but I need to stop. So next is probably their Super Shock highlighters. I have 6 of them here. I use these when I don't wear a lot of makeup, just because I feel like when I have a lot of powder on and I try to apply them, they kind of lift my foundation. Because I use a lot of powder. I use bronzer powder, blush powder, sometimes if I'm not using the Super Shock Cheeks, and then highlighter powder. No, I don't use highlighter powder. But I feel like just sometimes it lifts my foundation up, and then I have like missing foundation on where my highlight should be. So these are amazing if you don't wear a lot of makeup. If your skin is beautiful already, you wear a little bit of makeup, you don't use a lot of powder. I feel like if you don't use a lot of powder, it works the best then. For me, personally, that's what I've experienced. So I'll show you. These are amazing. You can apply them on your décolleté, your shoulders. I love to take these, and I love and recommend taking these on vacation if you're going somewhere like tropical, beachy, and you can apply it all over the place, obviously on your eyes, on your cheeks, on your body, just to bring out a beautiful glow. And I'm going to just show you. This right here is called Spoon, and the spoon is more glittery. As you can see, it's more glittery, more metallic-y looking, very beautiful. And usually these obviously cater towards more lighter skin tones because I am very pale. But they do have a lot of selection and a lot of variety for deeper skin tones as well. And then I have Flexitarian, which is very highlighty and metallic as well. I believe this formula is very like bam in your face, very just blinding is what look, you can see me from a mile away. So that's amazing. And these are more like silvery lighter colors. And then I have Dreamcatcher, which is so pretty, which is not as blinding, but it's not as blinding as Spoon and Flexitarian. These are like more dramatic, but these are very pretty still. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's very pretty. You still get a very dramatic shine with it, very highlighty, but it's more like natural looking than Spoon and Flexitarian, if that makes sense. I believe the next couple colors are the first colors they came out with. I don't know if some of these are still available, because when they first came out, these highlighters, I just picked them up because it looks so beautiful. So this one is Lunch Money, and even these are not as blinding as Spoon and Flexitarian, the next couple ones I'm going to show you, but they're still very popular colors, very good colors to go with, and also blinding still, just not like glittery blinding, if that makes sense. Not as metallic is what I want to say. So this is Lunch Money, and it'll look very beautiful, I mean, on any skin tone, but like it would complement lighter skin tones, maybe tan to lighter skin tones more than deeper skin tones, because it might look a little chalky. This is amazing. It's so pretty. It's like a light champagne color. And then this one is called Wisp, and this you can tell was actually like one of my favorites. Like I hit pan on it. So beautiful. It's like a champagne gold color. Like look at the sheen and flip. Oh, so beautiful. And then my very last one is going to be Smokin' Whistles. I think also, sorry, Smokin' Whistles is like just, oh my gosh, just as dramatic as Spoon and Flexitarian. Like let me show you. Look at that. Amazing. Like, ugh, I can't even. They're very easy to blend, like I said. I tend to lean towards these when I don't have a lot of face powder on, you know, because like I said, I feel like it kind of like lifts my face makeup up. So that's that, and then let me apply some highlighter first. My favorite at the moment is the NUDE palette, and I feel like this is a lot more wearable, and I have a lot more use out of the NUDE palette than the Gimme More palette, which I did also prepare. I do love this palette as well. They're both all just so pretty, but I feel like this specifically would go more with like tan to deeper skin tones, because they do have so many colors, and it's so pretty, and I've seen so many like tan to deep skin tone women and men wearing this, and they pull it off so well. I can't like pull this color off specifically on my skin tone. It's gonna look like a streak of orange in my opinion. But I do use some of these colors as like blush toppers, and it's still so pretty. I feel like the formula is the same. They still have a lot of kickback, and that's fine. And then I have the NUDE, which I feel like goes with a lot more skin tone. Like I can use almost all of these colors, maybe like not this one very much, Losing Sleep, because it is a little deeper in tone, but I've tried all the 5 shades in here besides losing sleep because I feel like I'm too pale right now. But I love it. Like, this palette is so amazing and it's so blinding. So let me show you. I mean, I've already put this in a video before, my previous video, but I just love it. It's my favorite right now, and I love using Glad You Came in on the loose. Those are my favorite shades at the moment. See, do you see that? And this is my Morphe M310. This has been my go-to highlighting palette because it's so affordable and so blinding. Holy crap. I like to use this fan brush for my cheeks, and then for my nose highlight, okay, too much. I'll use do the same with my eyes. I'll use this, like, I believe it's a Morphe pencil brush. I don't know what number though. I'll mix on the loose and Glad You Came together, and I'll apply it on my inner corners. At my brows, I really have been liking the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. I only use about 2 brow setters. I use this one and then my Maybelline, what's it called? Fiber Brow Mascara. It's amazing. This is, I would say you have to be careful with this more because it is like a white gel. I mean, but it goes on, it will dry clear, but I was very, if you watch, I forget which video that I did that I used this, but I was like, is it supposed to be like that? And some of you have let me know that it is supposed to be like that. It is supposed to be kind of like a white gel, but then it will dry clear. But you still have to be careful, kind of, because if you apply too much, then you'll see it basically. And this is really nice because the brush is smaller, so it helps me lift up as many of my eyebrow hairs a lot more because, you know, I like that messy eyebrow, I told you. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to lips. I do have a couple lip products I'll show you. The Ultra Blotted Lips, and I did do a lip swatch video for the, like, the blotted lipsticks and then the Ultra Blotted Lips. These are amazing if you want something sheer, you don't like reapplying makeup, you kind of want that, like, popsicle lips. Those are really good for those who don't like to wear a lot of lip product, you just want to apply it and then leave, and then not, like, it wouldn't look too awkward and weird if it fades out. And then the rest, I really like, oh, I have another one of the Ultra Blotted Lip, which is called Double Scoop as well. I do have a lip swatch video on that, on those lipsticks. And then the rest, I feel like my all-time favorite formula from Colourpop has to be the Ultra Satin Lips and Ultra Matte Lips. I've purchased a couple of their Ultra Matte Lips that they recently launched with the newer formula, I believe. At least I feel like it's a different formula than their older versions. Because they feel less drying and they don't come off as easily, and it doesn't, like, flake off, and it just fades more gracefully now, the newer formulas, I feel like. So let me show you the ones that I've been wearing. I've been wearing, do I have another one? Am I missing? Oh, I am missing another one. So I have Up All Night, which is part of their new ones that they launched. Buffy. And What Are You Doing? WYD. They launched about 5 new nude colors, I believe. And these have been my favorite lip colors to wear. The Ultra Matte Lips, the newer ones at least, I feel like have a different formula. They apply nicer. You can apply more than one coat and it will still not be as drying, and it stays on longer. I love to use the Colourpop lippy pencils with them. I love the lippy pencils from the I Love Slutty collection. Those are my favorite. Curvy and 951 have been my go-to. I don't have them with me right now because I can't find them. They're lost somewhere, probably in my car, in my bag. I don't even know. I bought backups of them that I can put in my bag and my makeup vanity, but I don't know where they all went. So I love those, and I hope they never discontinue those lip liners because I will literally cry. But these are my favorites. And then I also like the Kathleen Lights collection. This is an Ultra Satin Lip. This is Aquarius, which is so pretty. It's a really pretty nude. I wear nudes all the time, so these are the colors I'm going to show you because they're the color I gravitate all the time to. And then my last two are from the I Love Slutty collection. I have the Ultra Satin Lip in 951 and then the Ultra Glossy Lip in Curvy. I've been loving glossy lips lately, as you know if you watch my videos. So these have been my favorites. I feel like any makeup posts that I post on my channel and my Instagram, I've been wearing these lip colors. So I'm going to put my hair down and then I'll be right back to apply the rest of the lips and then we'll be all good to go. So the lip color that I'm wearing is, I was able to find one of my lip liners from the I Love Study collection, and this is 951, and I'm wearing the matching Ultra Satin lip. So this is actually the end of my like Colourpop favorites / tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want me to do more of these like one brand Colourpop kind of like whatever they currently have in their collection. I will try to incorporate in the video as much as I can. Obviously I will not be able to use foundations or anything like that. And I just want to like showcase all the favorite things that I love from Colourpop, but everything that I've kind of showed in this video I've used in videos before, but I do have other palettes that aren't technically like my favorites at the moment. Like these products that I showed you are stuff that I gear towards every day when I'm doing my makeup, like I don't want to use anything else type of items. So let me know what you think about this video and comment down below, rate, no, you guys don't rate anymore. Thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell button to know the next upload when I upload on my channel, and I'll see you in my next one.